Hello viewers, I'm Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problems related with dual networks. The problem is, for the network shown in figure, draw its dual. So here this is the given circuit diagram. Here we are having three loops, right? And the respective currents flowing are I1, I2 and I3. So here we have to place three dots, and apart from that there is a reference dot. So totally we will be having four dots, right? So just I am drawing the same diagram with the dots and the connectivity. So 1, 2, 3, right? And there is a reference dot 0. So here again just mention the directions of current also, okay? I1, I2 and I3. Now you have to connect each and every dot via elements. So 1 and 2 are connected by this capacitor, 2 and 3 are connected by this resistor, and similarly each and every dot should be connected to a reference dot here. So this one is connected to reference dot by this 10 voltage source, and similarly 2 is connected to this reference dot by 5 Henry, and this 3 is connected to this reference dot by 3 amps, right? So this is the basic step, right? So now we are going to draw the dual network. So the first step is, first you have to place the dots, right? 1, 2 and 3. So first keep the dots and the reference dot. That is your first step. So once you place the dots, you see here 1, 2, 3 and there is a reference dot, right? So between the dots 1 and 2 there is a capacitor of 2 farad. So this capacitor should be replaced by inductor, right? Whose value is 2 Henry. So between 1 and 2 there is an inductor and its value is 2 Henry here, right? And again between 2 and 3, what is the element which is present here? We are having a 20 ohm resistor, right? So here between 2 and 3 again it is a resistor whose value is 1 by 20 ohm, right? And okay, now we have finished this part and this part. Now you see here we have to connect this reference dot, okay, this dot 3 to this reference dot. So it is connected by a 3 amps current source, right? So when you look at this loop, you see here the current flows like this, right? It flows like this, but the source current flows in the direction opposite to the loop current, right? So here this 3 amps current source becomes 3V, that is 3V voltage, okay? It becomes a voltage source of 3 volt. So while representing the polarities, you see, since the current directions are opposite to each other, here it is the voltage source is represented like minus and plus, right? If the directions are same, right, if both the directions of the current are same, then here we will be representing it as plus minus, right? So now this part is over, and again here you see this dot 2 is connected to this reference dot by 5 Henry, right? So here we have to draw a capacitor between our dot 2 and this reference 0 whose value is 5 farad, right? And finally here we are having a voltage source, right? Here minus to plus, therefore current flows in the upward direction. It flows like this. Again when you look at this loop current also flows in the same way from minus to plus. Therefore here we are representing this voltage source, okay, this 10 voltage source become 10 amps current source with upward direction. So here we have drawn a current source with an upward direction whose value is 10 amps. Right, again to have a check, just count the number of elements present here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Totally 5. So again just cross check. Here also we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this problem gets over here. Now we will proceed with our next problem. So the problem is again obtain the dual circuit for the given network, and this is your given circuit diagram, right? So the thing is, here we are having 3 loops, right? Therefore we have to place 3 dots along with an extra dot known as reference dot. So again you see I have kept the dots right? And each and every dot is connected with the other dot by some elements, right? So dot 1 and dot 2 are connected by this resistor, and dot 2 and 0 are connected by this voltage source, and dot 1 and 0 are connected by this current source, right? So likewise dot 1 and 3 are connected by 0.2 farad, 2 and 3 are connected by 4 Henry, and finally this dot 3 is connected to our reference dot by 5 ohms, right? So this is our first step. Now the next thing is we are going to draw our dual network. So to draw the dual network, here you have to first place the dots, right? Here I have placed the dot as 1, 3 and 2, right? There is no compulsion that you should always draw the diagram like this, right? Even you can draw like this also, right? This is your dot 1, this is your dot 2 and this is your dot 3, and you see here we are having our reference dot, right? So as usual the same thing, you see when you look at this diagram, dot 1 and 2 are connected by 3 ohm resistor. So here dot 1 and 2 are connected by a resistance, right, whose value is 1 by 3 ohms, right? Now the next thing is dot 2 and 3 are connected by 4 Henry. So here 2 and 3 are connected by, we have to replace inductor by a capacitor whose value is 4 farad, right? Now the next thing is, you see 1 and 3 is connected by 0.2 farad. So here 1 and 3 should be connected, right? So you can draw a diagram like this. 1 and 3 are connected by 0.2 farad. So here they are connected by an inductor of 0.2 Henry, right? Now the next thing is, you see dot 1 is connected to our reference dot, right, by a current source. So here we have to replace this by a voltage source. So 1 and 0, right, they are connected by a voltage source of 2 volt, right? So again we have to look at the polarity. You see here the current is flowing upwards, right, and the direction of the current, that is the loop current, is also it is flowing in the same path. Therefore here we have to mark our voltage as plus minus, right? Again you see this dot 2 is connected to our reference dot by 20 volt. So here this voltage source will get modified as a current source. So you see, right, so here we will be having a current source, right, and here this is connected to our reference point here. So again when you look at this diagram, right, here the loop current, here the loop current flows like this, that is it flows downwards, whereas here this current it flows from minus to plus upwards, right? So they are opposite to each other. So therefore here the direction of the current will be, it will be downwards, whose value is 20 amps, right? So now node 3 is connected to this reference dot by 5 ohm. So here node 3 is connected to reference by a resistor, right, whose value is 1 by 5 ohms. And finally this ground point, okay, we have to keep this reference dot as a ground point, right? So here the same diagram which is drawn, okay, here I have taken the, that is this is the diagram which is given in your book, right, 1, 3 and 2, but actually we always use it to be practiced, like we will always keep it in a proper order, right, 1, 2 and 3 like this. So here the thing is each and everything is correct, right? So between, you see 1 and 2 there is 1 by 3, here it is 1 by 3, and between 2 and 3 there is 4 farad, here there is 4 farad, and again between 1 and 3 we are having 0.2, so between 1 and 3 we are having a 0.2 Henry, right? So Here the thing is, you see, the sources, okay, the current source and voltages, they are nearer to each other, right? But here when you look at this, it looks in a specific way, right? But anyway, the diagram is correct and your answer is also correct, okay? In either way you can draw, right? So here comes the end of this video. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.